Oh, this is Sarita. You probably know me as Bible Study Girl, and I'm just a girl with something to offer the world. And that fresh newborn cry you heard came from the executive producer of our podcast, Bible Study Brother.
What's good, people? It is I, Bible Study Brother, but I'm also known as Icarus Gray over at Gray Area Anime, and this is the most wonderful podcast of your day. But as my sister often likes to say, we, as in she and I, are not just brother and sister in Christ. We are brother and sister in real life. Share the same mom and all that.
I'm a real life big sister. He's a real life baby brother, although he is taller than me.
And has been so for a very long time.
For a very long time. It confuses sweet baby so much. She's like,
oh, I keep forgetting that she thinks I'm the older sibling.
Yeah, she thinks you're the older sibling because you're bigger than me. So we have a lot of great news to talk about today. Brother, will you want to kick off how your week has been?
My week has been ecstatic, eclectic. We're waiting on some information today to kind of solidify
today's the day?
things. Today's the day. Yesterday was the day, but apparently the CARE team had to review certain things, apparently. I don't understand why you would give a test result and have nothing else there, but I'm not a medical professional. So I am, hold on, let's get some, hold on, let me share this screen. Let's get to this wheel. So I am like jubilant. There's jubilation. There's euphoria going on over here.
Jubilation. What's up with you and your jubile?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with me. I'm
You're so excited.
Yes, joyful. I'm blissful, expectant. Which I don't know if it's on here, but I am very expectant. And I'm also enchanted by just a lot of things. I'm ready to say it, but I have to ask you how you're feeling.
So right now I feel tenderness, I feel affectionate, I feel elation, overcome, moved, way to zero in, brother.
Sorry.
I don't feel those things.
I realized I was about to do some quick research, but you continue.
I feel caring. I feel all those things. I feel some zeal. I'm hopeful, jovial, blissful, all those things. I'm very pleased. Do you want to give us our scripture so we can get into the whole meat and potatoes of this podcast? And I'm pretty sure, unless people have been hiding under a rock or they can't get the context clues, I'm pretty sure they know what we're going to discuss and talk about. But give us some scripture to kind of help set us up.
Okay. We're going to go back to Isaiah. We're going to go Isaiah 44, verse 24. Get out of my way, Ad. So I can see the scripture. All right. This is what the Lord says. Your Redeemer, who formed you in the womb. I am the Lord, the maker of all things, who stretches out the heavens, who spreads out the earth by myself.
He does. So, brother, what?
Well, actually, hold on. Wait. I also want to add to this Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you before you were born. I set you apart. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations. That's also one of the ones I really, really love. And if you haven't guessed already, we pregnant! Not me and me and my wife.
Yeah, not me and my brother, because that's just weird.
That's just weird. And I know what y'all think about Arkansas, but it ain't that.
I was just going to say it's very Arkansas according to, what people believe.
Yeah, bro. We ain't that.
We're close, but we're not that close.
I almost said something that I was going to be like, but Lord, I pray for our officials, and I pray that they be blessed and do what you would have for them to do on this earth.
Okay, brother, tell us, how'd you find out about the news, about the new baby coming along?
So here's what the news was. So we were having some signs, and this is the week before, or a week or about a month before Juneteenth, right? So we're having a couple signs, and I was kind of feeling like I think we might actually be. And I know we had done like a couple episodes of the podcast. If you go back and like look like about 3 or 4 episodes before, I'm pretty sure I'm prophesying somewhere about what I think my life is about to be, because
You
that
did.
always happens on this podcast. I also tried to get my sister to buy me something or give me not buy me something. I tried to get her to give me the recipe to her pound cake, which at that time I knew something was going on. I wasn't 100% positive, but like I said, I just had this feeling. So we go to the doctor, like I said, a couple weeks before Juneteenth, to get a test because Kanae hadn't been feeling all that well, and it's been okay. So we went, we got this pregnancy test, and the test said negative. And we were like, oh, well, I really thought like everything was pointing towards this. We then get a message from the care team from the doctor saying, hey, a negative pregnancy test is within this range. You're actually right here. So just continue testing like over the next 2 weeks and just kind of see what happens. So fast forward to, like I said, the day before Juneteenth, because we go and we get a confirmation today. So I'm trying to make sure I get my timeline all together. But anyway, so Kanae goes and gets the test. And what had been upsetting me is I understand in a lot of ways that like pregnancy in terms of how it is very female dominated. I mean, y'all are carrying the baby and all of that, right? But I'm a person who was raised by women, and therefore, in a lot of ways, I be wanting to be a part of stuff because I like have an emotional understanding of certain things, not like a complete emotional understanding, but I like want to be involved. So she had been taking all the tests, but by herself. And then she would come out of the bathroom and tell me whether or not we were. And then like she would be mad as she's telling me that we're not. So now she's like, all right, in 3 minutes, you go in the bathroom and check. And I'm like, why can't we just go in the bathroom together? But whatever. So 3 minutes go by. I get up. I walk into the bathroom. And this is the only way that we were able to find out at the same time together because I am slow. She did not like give me the instruction sheet or anything. She just sends me into the bathroom. Now, I walk into the bathroom. I'm looking at this pregnancy test. The pregnancy test has 2 lines on it. Now, for those of you that are already in the know, you know that means that you were pregnant. One of the lines was very dark. The other line was very light. So in my mind, I'm like, I guess we're not. Because I think that both of these lines are always there. Dark. That they got to be dark and they have to be there. They're just like, that's the indicator, right? So I'm preparing and have told her I don't think that we are. But because I finish my sentences, I say, because both of these lines are not dark. So I don't know we're not. So then she says an expletive phrase at me. She asked me, was I bleeping kidding her? And I said, no, babe, like it's not. And then she like, no, if there's 2 lines at all, it means we're pregnant. So now I am frantically walking in and out, in and out, in and out of the bathroom because I am in pure, utter shock. Like, we have never had even an inkling of a positive pregnancy test. Not even an inkling, not even an inch moving. Like, and we've spoken about like the surgery and everything else. I think we spoke about it like on the podcast sometime. But anyway, so we've been waiting. We've tried. We've had all of these close calls. And so I'm like, oh, this is crazy. So we get that. Then on Juneteenth, we go and we get the blood test to like check her HCG levels or the hormone that signifies pregnancy. And we're like waiting for that. And as we got that back is when we then gave the information to everybody. And it was just like, it's still insane because I kept telling her like, God said yes. He said yes again. He said yes at this portion. Like, when we were trying to have kids, we had all these complications, fibroids, and so many things that we didn't know were going on. prayerfully. And thankfully, the fibroids were not so bad that like she had to have hysterectomy and all these different things. She was able to have a myomectomy and have them removed. And so when that was the case, I was like, okay, God said yes here. God had also given us dreams prior to even having or this positive pregnancy test that we would have kids. It was in people's prayers and coming off of them without meeting us and people in church. And we had like talked to all these people, and like people continuously were praying this blessing over us. So God saying yes, it was a great moment. So then we fast forward to telling everybody. So we tell the moms at the same time. We then tell the elder siblings, aka the aunties, at the same time. And because me and Connect were like, well, we were gonna wait until we had way more concrete stuff. But we had questions, and I definitely need to ask my nurse mother.
Yeah.
And I know she needed to just confide in her mother. And so we told them, and then this is like a couple weeks before our Portland trip, which that's what we
Right.
were alluding to. And the people that we had to watch, as you can clearly tell now, are the pregnant lady and my mother, who like the pregnant lady. What I say to her a lot of the time is WWSTY. And she's like, what is, she says, what is that? And I said, what was Sarita tell you? Sat down. And so, because she still tries to, at the time, she was still trying to do a lot of stuff on her own or whatever. So we get up here, like there's gifts. My mom, my sister had given us like all these different.
Wait, rewind,
What
because
I
you're
miss?
taking out a piece of my story.
What
So,
part I
Bible study
miss?
brother let you know that
Oh,
Renee.
wait. Hold on, wait. I want to tell it. I don't want to.
No,
I don't wait.
you weren't
Wait,
there.
no. I don't want to tell the story. I just want to set it up. Sorry, my bad.
Okay.
So let me tell y'all, my mother and my sister are insane, and the games they play, or the games my mama play, because she don't know me and my sister as well as I feel like she should by now, and that's how we get this story. Go ahead.
So it's not even that. So Bible study brother let y'all know that he and Kanae told the moms, right? The grandmas first that they were going to be grandmoms. And so then immediately after they got off the phone with them, they called the older aunts or whatever. That's me. Okay. I'm TT. So I'm on the phone like, what are y'all trying to show me? I don't get it. Like, move the sign. What are you doing? I'm like, oh my gosh, you're having a baby. So super pumped, so super excited. And Joe is like, yeah, we told mama. And I'm like, when? Because she has not said a word to me. I was highly offended that she did not immediately contact me and let me know there's a baby on the way. So I'm like, that's wild. Me and mom actually don't end up talking at all that night because I was like, you know what? Two can play this game. So mama calls me the next morning and she's like, hey, auntie. And I said, why did you call me that?
Also, for
I'm
context,
evil.
we did not know that we were in the car, and for whatever reason, like neither our moms or the could really hear us good. Well, Charmaine could hear us because she was in the car, but
Right.
y'all, all the phone people, could not hear us. So we didn't know that there was like a little bit of the information in parts of the story missing. So you didn't even like anyway. Continue.
So mama was like, did you talk to your brother? I was like, yeah. Because actually what had happened was I they told us on a day that Joe and I would typically record the podcast. And so we hadn't recorded that day because, everything that was going on. So I just told mom, I was like, yeah, I talked to him for quite a while yesterday because, we were recording the podcast. And she was like, well, what time did you finish? I'm like, well, we finished at this time. She was like, you didn't talk to him after that? I was like, no, we had just talked for like over an hour. Why would he call me back to talk again? She was like, well, I don't know. And I was like, Mom, I'm just playing. I know. I already know. Like, But if I didn't know, you surely would have ruined the surprise. She was like, girl, you got me stressed out. I'm thinking, I'm like, but why would you not call me instantly? This is your punishment for not texting me and or calling me. She was like, well, they said they were going to tell you. I was like, Mom, now come on now.
We still
Come
talk.
on.
Like it would be a thing of like Serena knows I would like immediately call her. But that's what I'm
Um,
saying. Like you just gotta like mama, you know I call her. You know I called her.
so immediately once I get the news, if you know me, you know I started to do what? Shopping. I don't need you to tell me the gender. I'm gonna get whatever I want to get for my little niece or nephew. And the reason I went ahead and went shopping is because we were going to be going to Portland, and I'm like, well, I want to have some gifts in hand just
Yeah.
to give them to show them how excited I
The
am, and
two
just
wise
like,
women.
huh?
The two wise women.
The two wise women. So once Mama found out I was shopping, she had to jump on the
I had
train.
to.
So we ended up going shopping
My
together
sister
for
is mad
different things.
disrespectful, yo. Yo.
How?
Yo. So one of the
You want me to
onesies,
which onesie? I'm gonna use
you
one of
know
the ones.
exactly which onesie I'm talking about. You know which one I'm talking about.
What do you mean, brother? That's gonna be the color
Unhand
for
me
you.
peasant, give me to my auntie.
I thought it would be the my auntie is cooler than my
I mean,
dad.
I
I
know
thought
that's a lie, so it's all good.
it's
It's
not
all good.
true.
Like that is just never going to be an actual fact. The one that I'm like is like, no, ma'am, I am no
Coolest
one's
aunt in
pet.
the house. Coolest aunt in the house. And those onesies are unisex. You can put them on all of the children that come.
So I'm gonna bring y'all inside baseball and give y'all a lot of different like the prophecies and dreams and stuff that God has given me. So I am 100% convinced that it is a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and I had this dream where I was, matter of fact, no, I'm not going to read the text, but me and Kane were in a doctor's office. There's a lady, short lady, glasses, brunette, curly hair, like green, almost like a mint green shirt, or a forest green kind of shirt, white lab coat. This is all in the dream. And the reason I'm like, why am I remembering all of these details? Because the dream was so vivid. She's about to tell us what the gender of the baby is, but as she's talking, I can see with like X-ray vision into Kanae's stomach. And what I see is a baby that was when we finally got like a certain ultrasound, we were at as we're getting this ultrasound, we're at the same amount of weeks, if you will. But we were not at that point in real life, right? So as I'm looking in the stomach, I see this little, or I'm looking at the baby, and I see the baby like in more of a baby shape, not like fully not
Not
peanut,
sonogram.
not sonogram at all. This is like I'm looking at the baby,
Flesh.
almost like
Yeah.
I'm, almost like if you go and watch, Look Who's Talking. That is what I'm
Yeah, I
seeing.
need to watch those movies. They're pretty great.
That's what I'm seeing. Like, and so I see like the little the blue eyes, because apparently I guess that is a thing. I don't know. Like, cause I remember like, cause when I look at stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, it's like the blue blood vessels because eyes haven't necessarily formed yet.
Mm-hmm.
And she's about to say and I say it's a girl, and she looks at me and she's really surprised that I know this before she says anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I woke up. So that was one dream. I had another dream like years prior, before me and Kanae even got back together. We had a dream about how like we were going to reconcile from when we were like broken up and meeting back, and that came to pass. That dream was 100% accurate. Then we had another dream that like we were together. We were in an apartment, and I go to pick up our daughter at the time, which we didn't have no kids together. And all of these things have happened. Plus, our daughter's name will be Aurora Marie, and we talked very intentionally about when we wanted to have our children because of their names and their meanings, and when we were gonna like try. So we would like to have 4 kids. We'll see how all this works out. But God gave us an order, or gave me an order, I should say, about which who would come first, when they would come, and certain things about their names and everything else. So with Aurora, because for her, it was off of Sleeping Beauty, which I had no idea that was Sleeping Beauty's name.
Real name.
I just called her Sleeping Beauty, I'm pretty sure. Even though they say her name, or they call her like Princess Rose, they call her something like they barely call her her actual name. Anyway, but for me, when I hear Aurora, I think about the Aurora Borealis, so I'm thinking about the Northern Lights. And the best time for us to see the Northern Lights, especially like if you're going up to Canada or somewhere like that, is in January. So that's when we were like having these conversations around her and everything else. And our current due date, or date of delivery, is in January. And so I'm like, there's just a lot of signage and stuff that's going around. Like I'm very calm today. Because we're kind of like in the mix of everything, all of these different doctor's appointments, all of these pre-hospital bills and everything else that's just like, oh my God, how do people do
Rolling
this?
in, yeah.
Like, how do people do this? Like, cause you're at the doctor every other week, almost, is at least what it feels like currently. I think we're not going back to the doctor for at least another 5 weeks, well, 4 weeks, I think. But yeah, y'all, I don't really know what to say. Like, I'm just excited. Like, it was just I was only really supposed to talk about like the finding out, but I got into a whole bunch of other stuff because that's how excited I
No,
am.
no, no. You told the story beautifully. I was just gonna continue to prompt and prime you, or
Oh
pump
yeah,
and prime. That's what the old preachers say. Pump and prime you so you could get the
yeah.
story out. I'm super excited for y'all. Are there any you talked about like how God had shown you
Mm-hmm.
what was gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get tired of waiting?
No, because every year since 2017 and even 2015, if I'm thinking about when Kane first got back here, he's just continued to say yes and like expedited certain things in our life. And so I wait for his timing. And whenever I just allow and let go, it always happens. It might not be like as fast as what I think it should be. Like, because I remember getting up here, like, bro, I had no idea how we were going to get up here. We talked about that. And then he literally just opens a door,
Mm-hmm.
in so many different ways. Random aside, but shout out again to Ariana and Devin, because there's just there's another connecting point, of like God's yes. Because there were things that they did to help us move up here. And then Ariana, in her prophetic ways, had a dream that Kane was pregnant, like before we had like even shared the news with everybody.
She had a dream and she said, I know it's not me. She asked me if it was me. She was like, I really think it's Kanae, but nobody said anything. We had just got
Yeah,
back from Portland and
yeah,
I was thinking to myself, Lord, I'm ready for them to tell the family. Because when I was having this conversation with Ari, I had my shades on. We were chilling in the country. And
yeah.
so I was like, whoo, praise the Lord, I got my shades on. I'm not doing a good job of playing it cool. She's like, I know it's not me. So it's Kanae. She was like, is it you? She was like, I don't think it's you. I'm feeling like it's Kanae, but and I was like, you are a prophet, cousin. Like, yeah, but I can't tell you. They'll let you know.
And now we have to get into testimony mode, because because there's so much like that has happened that like I wish I would have we were gonna like do way more updated stuff, because I really wanted to just kind of like document the whole experience in terms of us talking about it, because there are so many things that like I want, right? So there was a night where like Kanae's kind of like screaming and yelling for me. I get up, I go to her, and she had some bleeding, and I'm freaking out. Like, I'm so afraid. I am more afraid than I've ever been about anything in my life. and I'm going through, and I told her all of this because this is just how my brain works. And I think it's something that like I will eventually talk to a therapist about. But my brain works in, okay, now what? But what do I do with this? So my brain is already not so much thinking of that the worst has happened, because it doesn't necessarily mean that anything has gone wrong, but it also does mean something needs to be checked out.
Right.
But I'm already immediately thinking like, okay, if we have gotten this close, what are we going to do? Because I've heard about the numbers of, pregnancies and how things kind of go. I know about people who have had miscarriages or know people, not know about, but know people and everything. And I'm like, well, how do I even get her back to wanting to try? Because I know how this feels for her, and we're already so adamant about everything that we have been adamant about. Like, are we going to be one of those people who like, I can't use the name? Like, we just got to move on. Like, we lost child X. And so like, we're freaking out, bro. And like, we go through and we go to talk to the doctor, and it's like it's a common thing apparently, but it was a subchoriatic hemorrhage, which is just a little bleeding like on the outside of the uterus, and at a lot of the time will just heal on its own. But they can't like tell you that everything is just fine. They have to give you the basis of whatever it is they kind of know. I was praying so much, and we go to the ER. Like, our experience was this is like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. We go to the urgent care. The urgent care can't do anything for us because the ultrasound tech doesn't get there until like 7 o'clock in the morning. So they tell us to go down to another hotel, and maybe we'll be able to go to their urgent care. We go down to their urgent care. Their urgent care is closed. So now we have to go home and sit in and try to like sleep to wait to when we can go back to urgent care. So we go back, we're sitting, and our first ultrasound experience was not like a pleasant one, but it was not pleasant because the nurse didn't give us much communication on the fact that, and this might help y'all because this helped me finding this out by talking to Ariana. Shout out to her again. Which was, they can't tell you anything. Like, even if they see a baby, they can't tell you with 100% certainty this is a baby.
Right.
The doctor has to look over it. So our first experience was the doctor or the nurse said nothing. But this time we go into the emergency room, and she tells us, that she can't say anything, which made me feel more comfortable. And so as we're like looking at the ultrasound, we finally see the baby. Like, both of us were just wanting to see the baby. Like, and we knew that once we saw the baby, like, everything will be fine. And I'm sitting there, y'all, and like, I'm doing my best because I have like what I call an emotional balance thing. And it's because of my family and the fact that we don't cry a lot. And so like, if somebody is crying around me, that means I cannot cry, is what I in turn make myself feel.
That's how you've internalized it.
Yeah.
I understand, because that's my mantra.
It's not time to. I need to take care of you or be there for you, right? So I'm sitting there, and I'm telling myself I'm okay. I'm doing my best to keep calm, because like, I am doing the thing that they tell you to do, which is just care for you, care for the wife, care for your pregnant wife. Happy wife, happy life, all that stuff. So where I say, hey, you're okay, and then she asks me, am I okay? And I immediately, somehow, for whatever reason, tell the truth and say no. And I start crying. And then I'm like apologizing to her in the middle of this. And I'm just like, like, I'm sorry. I just, I know I'm trying to, like, I'm not okay. Like, I'm trying to make sure you're okay. And like, it was one of those moments where it's like, God, Lord, I trust you. I need to trust you. And like I said, without us even speaking, we had already like confirmed in our heads, if we see this baby, the baby is fine. And so when we saw the baby was, like I was telling you earlier, the shape that I was thinking of in the dream. Mm-hmm. So that was another little, like, I was like, making all these connections or whatever. And it's just been a topsy-turvy like thing. We have a situation where we were gonna move to a certain town, but our friend that we were going to move to in that town that's closer to here, like 15 minutes or whatever away, is now moving. And so I'm like, God, what do you want us to do? Because we got to get this stuff going.
Right.
Both, like, because, I know about the nesting period and everything else. And we have like our baby shower in October. And it's like, God, if I'm going to have any sort of help, like not even, like little small help of like, you can carry a towel. Like, we got to
Right.
be able to do this, right? So we're just in this place of like everything is so crazy, so insane, and just I I'm so thankful. Like it literally exudes to me that he does in fact hear and answer prayers.
He does. I know he does.
And not only does he answer prayers, I text you this recently, but God's timing is perfect. And it just fits everything. The people in our lives are here at the time that they need to be here and for the reasons that they need to be here. And I'm excited. It's weird to not be scared to me, but I just have God's peace and I really trust him. And I
Hmm.
trust what he's doing for us.
And that's an awesome
Yeah.
place to be in. It can be easy to get out of that place, but I'm excited for y'all. I'm excited for my new little baby that's on the way that I get to love on and spoil long distance. I'm
Yeah.
excited. We have lots of exciting things going on
Yeah.
in our family right now. So
Do you have any other like random questions to like pull anything else out of me that I can like again? I'm trying to like y'all are also gonna have the timestamp because there's so many timestamps of like thought that I want to have, so I know when I was sane
right.
or know like when I was and what I mean by saying is like before I'm like my brain is just hardwired to whatever you need to do for this child is what you're doing.
I don't think I have any more questions, brother.
Yeah,
I'm excited to walk on this journey with you. Um,
I'm
this is
excited to also see how crazy our mother is going to be.
right. This is Mama's first grandchild, so she's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs
Yeah.
right now.
Because I do think it's different. Because while my mother-in-law, hello, uh, has grandchildren, I do think that there's something about your first having their first, and I'm like, this is just a crazy culmination of things all at once for a lot of people, and
Yeah, I think
I'm
it's
excited to see
crazy
that.
for Mama. Her baby is having a baby.
That it, well, yeah, wow, you're right. That is
Yeah.
true. The first and the baby are having a baby at the same time. So yeah, I'm excited to see it, and like, there's just so much that like years of this podcast. We've been doing this podcast for 4 years or something,
Four
on
years.
and off in different spots. But there's a lot of expectation and things that I've said and things that like were precursor prayers and prophet or prophecy, I should say. So yeah, y'all, I'm really excited. I'm super duper happy to like go back home uh for the holiday season at some point and like get to see everybody
Yeah.
and get to kind of experience that, because I think that's the only thing that like keeps me from continuously like crying excitedly every day, is that I'm
Let
not
me
like going to
tell
be around.
you, my brother's gonna be crying tears of joy all while they're here for the holiday.
Yeah,
I already know.
so much, man.
I
It's
will
gonna be
keep the Kleenex
ridiculous.
handy.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
appreciate it.
going
Well, it
to.
depends, because like there's one instance of something to where it's like, again, like we said, it's a trade off, because I do think that somebody on this call here is going to be crying way more than me,
You think so?
so much more
Between the two of us?
between the two of us. Yes, your yes is a long time coming.
But I still feel like this holiday season you will be crying more tears of joy than me. You don't?
I think
Mama
that
has Mama has put money on it.
she
Now,
did.
but listen, I'm not saying that I'm not going to be crying tears of joy. I 100% am. I've been doing that currently,
Yeah.
so I can only imagine.
I mean,
I can
so
only
yeah,
imagine.
technically there's two opportunities for me to cry where there's only really one for you.
No, there's plenty of
There's plenty
opportunities
of
for us to
opportunities,
cry
but I
during the
feel
holiday
like
season.
you can,
This will be our first
yes,
holiday season together, like as a whole family. Like we have new life on the way, so many exciting things happening. So I
yeah.
feel like it has the potential to
It
be
has the potential, but you'll
every
also
day.
be in, like, when you are your planning mode is a strong mode, fam.
It is.
And like one of the things you're in planning mode.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, well, both of the things you are, but one of them, like,
for
you're
sure.
for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
We
and
shall
yeah,
see.
all
No
bets, like,
stress.
we'll come back and update y'all who cried more, because it's gonna be real interesting. I know this next podcast episode probably will be crying. Not even gonna hold y'all.
Yeah, I know
Um,
we will be crying the next podcast episode. It's just going to happen. It just is.
but yeah, but it's so basically y'all have a month of like catch up to kind of where we are, and then we'll just keep y'all up to date as we are.
Yeah, we'll try to do
Yeah,
our best to keep you up to date, and we might change like the weekly check-in segment a little bit just to get how you're doing like baby wise. Like that might be
yeah,
a good way for us to
keep
keep track
track.
and keep count. So we'll see. We'll do some
Yeah,
more discussion offline.
because the only reason I
Super
can't.
excited. Super
Oh,
excited.
oh, sorry. I don't mean to keep cutting you off. My bad. I just at the end I have one thing that I remembered that I was gonna share to do a little prophecy over because I needed to connect the points, and I remember now.
Okay, we'll connect your points because, brother, I gotta
Oh
gotta
yeah.
jet.
So the quick thing is the reason I can't confirm or deny whether or not it is a girl, is we just got the testing back, but when we got the testing back, the medical team didn't like on there. It just says medical team has to review, and so we were waiting, and I believe that they have reviewed, but my wife was at work, and she said that we couldn't log in at the same time. I just have to wait till she gets home.
Which is great. Are y'all gonna do a gender reveal to us, or you're just gonna call and be like, "She's on the way"?
I'm just gonna I'm changing like invitation and everything else because I want the monogrammed named like all the things.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Okay.
Because funny enough, with Aurora, so my family affectionately will call me Joe Baby, and
Mm-hmm.
I've decided if this is a girl, I'm calling her
She's Joe's baby.
She's Ro Baby.
Oh, Ro baby. No, she's Joe's
She's
baby.
Joe's baby, but her nickname is Ro Baby.
Mm-mm. It's a
It's
peanut to
happening.
me.
Yeah, so that's gonna be exciting, and I'm most excited about seeing how our genetics blend. Like, because every time I look at somebody, like when I look at us and I look at us sitting next to mama, and it's so weird because it's like I see more mom in me now than I ever did. Whereas like for a long time I can only see my dad.
Right.
And while I still see that, especially like in certain postures and stuff, I'm excited to see that for our own kids. So
I'm
yeah.
excited to see the blends. Love
We
y'all
love y'all. We
very,
appreciate
very
y'all.
much.
Make sure you hit up all of our socials and stuff down in the comments if you want to congratulate and stuff. Down in the comments, make sure you connect with us, link with us. We
Let me know
appreciate it.
what you think about the onesie. I think I'll do a side by side shot for the
Yeah.
thumbnail for this episode. Pretty pumped about that. All right.
So yeah, so leave those
Let me
comments
know
in
which
the
one is your
description.
favorite, guys.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are still on our way to 100 subscribers. We want to be able to get that slug, so we can just say youtube.com/biblestudygirl for you guys, which it'll probably still have numbers or whatever in it. But anyway, doesn't really matter. Uh, we're ready to make that next step. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you for being here with us. Because I think since we put the podcast up on YouTube, we haven't done
No, we
podcast
have uploaded. There have been episodes
episodes.
that have uploaded to YouTube since then,
Okay.
actually.
But yeah, so
Mhm.
we're really excited. And remember, guys, it is not just you or I that preach, but we preach.
And until we meet again, guys, keep preaching.